it looks like a probable suicide.
They had voices that could make you cry, smiles that could light up entire movie theaters, and talent so extraordinary that their work continues to inspire generations. These weren't just actors, they were poets, dreamers, and artists who gave Indian cinema some of its most unforgettable moments. But tragically, these brilliant stars burned out far too soon. From legends who defined entire eras of cinema to young artists just discovering their potential, today we remember 10 Bollywood actors who left us before they turned 50. These stories aren't just about loss, they're about celebrating extraordinary lives, remarkable achievements, and the timeless art they left behind. From classic Golden Age legends to modern superstars, each life was a masterpiece cut short, but never forgotten. This is CelebrAsian, and today we honor these remarkable souls who gave everything to their craft and left us with treasures that will live forever. Starting our memorial countdown with Sanjeev Kumar, the actor's actor who could disappear into any role, any age, any character with such completeness that audiences forgot they were watching a performance. Born in 1938 as Harihar Jethalal Jariwala, Sanjeev Kumar was detected with a congenital heart problem at birth. Despite this health challenge, he dedicated himself completely to his craft, often playing characters decades older than his actual age. What made Sanjeev truly special was his fearless approach to aging on screen. He readily accepted roles of elderly men even in his 30s, creating unforgettable characters like Thakur in Sholay. His personal struggles with unrequited love for Hema Malini and battles with depression only deepened his artistic sensitivity. Tragically, his own prophecy came true when he told actress Tabassum, "I will not live beyond 50. On November 6, 1985, Sanjeev Kumar passed away at 47 from a heart attack, joining all the men in his family who died before reaching 50. Sanjeev Kumar proved that true artistry transcends physical limitations. His legacy lives on in every actor who dares to completely transform for their craft. At number 9, we honor Vinod Mehra, Bollywood's original chocolate boy whose charming smile and natural acting made him one of the most reliable and beloved actors of the 1970s and 80s. Born in 1945 in Amritsar, Vinod started as a child actor in the 1950s before making his adult debut in Ek Thi Rita in 1971. Over the next 2 decades, he appeared in over 100 films, working with legendary co-stars like Rekha, Amitabh Bachchan and Sanjeev Kumar. Vinod's specialty was his versatility. He could handle lead roles, supporting parts, and character roles with equal grace. Whether playing a lover, brother, friend, or father figure, he brought sincerity and warmth to every performance. Vinod received Filmfare nominations for Anurodh, Amardeep, and Bemisal, proving his talent was recognized by both audiences and critics. He was also venturing into direction with Gurudev when tragedy struck. On October 30th, 1990, Vinod suffered a massive heart attack and passed away at just 45. His wife Kiran was still pregnant with their son Rohan, who was born 6 months later, never getting to meet his father. Vinod Mehra's legacy lives on through his children. Both Sonia and Rohan entered films, carrying forward their father's artistic genes and dedication to cinema. Number 8 celebrates Guru Dutt, the poet-filmmaker, whose artistic vision was so ahead of its time that the world is still catching up to his genius 6 decades after his tragic departure. Guru Dutt was an all-rounder, a famous Indian actor, director, producer, choreographer, and a writer. He was a big name in Hindi cinema during his era, working on classic 50s movies like Pyasa, Kagaz Ke Phool, Chaudhwin Ka Chand, and Sahib Bibi Aur Ghulam. Guru Dutt was extraordinary because of his uncompromising artistic vision. His film, Kagaz Ke Phool, was a box office failure that became a cult classic years later, proving that true art often isn't appreciated in its own time. Guru Dutt's films explored themes of unrequited love, artistic struggle, and existential loneliness with a depth and visual poetry that influenced generations of filmmakers worldwide. On a tragic night in 1964, when Guru Dutt was just 39 years old, he died due to an overdose of sleeping pills, which he had accidentally consumed with alcohol. Whether suicide or accident, the world lost one of its greatest cinematic poets. Guru Dutt proved that some artists are too sensitive for this world, but their art becomes immortal, speaking to souls across generations. At number 7, we remember Meena Kumari, Bollywood's eternal tragedy queen whose real-life story became more heartbreaking than any character she had ever portrayed on screen. Born as Mahjabeen Bano on August 1st, 1933, Meena Kumari became one of Indian cinema's greatest actresses. In a career spanning 33 years, from child actress to adult, she starred in over 90 films and won 4 Filmfare Awards for Best Actress. What made Meena Kumari legendary was her ability to portray pain and suffering with such authenticity that audiences felt every emotion. Critics noted that her character in Sahib Bibi Aur Ghulam eerily mirrored her own life struggles. Meena was also an accomplished Urdu poet under the pseudonym Naz. Her poetry revealed a depth of emotion and introspection that matched her screen performances. 3 weeks after the release of her masterpiece, Pakiza, Meena Kumari became seriously ill. On March 28, 1972, she was admitted to St. Elizabeth's nursing home. She slipped into a coma and died on March 31, 1972 at age 38 from liver cirrhosis. Meena Kumari requested this epitaph. She ended her life with a broken fiddle, with a broken song, with a broken heart, but not a single regret. A poet's farewell from cinema's greatest tragedian. Number 6 honors Madhubala, the Venus of Indian cinema, whose ethereal beauty and talent made her a legend, but whose life was tragically cut short by a heart that loved too much, both on screen and off. Born as Mumtaz Jahan Begum Dehlavi on February 14, 1933, Valentine's Day, Madhubala appeared in over 70 films in her 2-decade career. She was one of the country's highest-paid stars in the 1950s. Madhubala's unconventional screen persona combined with otherworldly beauty made her extraordinary and special. Media outlets often refer to her as the Venus of Indian cinema, and her allure transcended cultural boundaries. During the filming of Bekas Pe Karam Kijiye in Mughal-e-Azam, director K. Asif made Madhubala perform in heavy, burdensome metal chains. Her exhaustion was real. For a patient with ventricular septal defect, such physical exertion was truly torturous. By early 1969, Madhubala's health was in serious decline. She suffered a heart attack on February 22nd and died at 9:30 a.m. on February 23rd at age 36, leaving behind an incomparable body of work. Tragically, within a few short years of her death, operations that could have saved her became widely available to adults. Madhubala's life crossed paths with medical history at the wrong time. As we continue honoring these irreplaceable talents, if their stories are touching your heart the way they've touched ours, please show your respect by hitting that like button and subscribing to CelebrAsian. Together, we can keep their memories alive for generations who deserve to know about these legends. Now let's continue our tribute with the remaining stars who left us far too soon. At number 5, we celebrate Geeta Bali, the vivacious actress who embodied the joy and energy of 1950s Bollywood, whose infectious enthusiasm for life made her irreplaceable both on screen and in the hearts of those who knew her. Born as Harkirtan Kaur in Amritsar in 1930, Geeta was a complete performer, trained in classical dance, horse riding, and even Gatka martial arts. She acted in over 75 films, starting as a child artist at age 12. What made Geeta special was her terrific comic timing and natural manners that made her stand out among the most formal beauties of her era. She was equally adept at moving viewers in vulnerable, wounded parts. Unlike other actresses who gave up films after marrying into the Kapoor family, Geeta kept acting until her death, successfully balancing career and family life with husband Shami Kapoor. In December 1964, while shooting Rano in rural Punjab, Geeta contracted smallpox. Her son Aditya recalls, "My mother was gone in just 15 days. I'd gone on location where she contracted smallpox. She died on January 21st, 1965 at age 34. Geeta Bali's legacy lives in her son Aditya's words. "If you see the way Shami Kapoor danced, that was Geeta Bali's personality. Pure, uninhibited joy." Number 4 honors Sushant Singh Rajput, the dreamer who reached for the stars both literally and figuratively, whose tragic departure shook not just Bollywood but the entire nation, sparking conversations that continue today. Born on January 21st, 1986, Sushant started his career with the TV show Kis Desh Mein Hai Mera Dil in 2008, followed by the award-winning performance in Pavitra Rishta from 2009 to 2011, before making his film debut with Kai Poche in 2013. Sushant's dedication in completely transforming for roles made him a bright, shining star, particularly his portrayal of former Indian cricket team captain MS Dhoni, which established him as one of the rising actors in Indian cinema. Beyond acting, Sushant was a Renaissance man, an astrophysics enthusiast who owned a telescope, a list maker who dreamed of sending poor kids to space, learning to fly planes and teaching kids to dance. He represented the curious, intellectual modern Indian. His films like Chichore and Dil Bechara showcased his range from comedy to drama, proving he was an actor for all seasons and all emotions. On June 14, 2020, Sushant was found dead at his Bandra residence in Mumbai. Though the CBI investigated the case, his post-mortem report stated the cause of death was asphyxia due to hanging. Sushant's death sparked a national conversation about mental health, industry practices, and the pressures faced by outsiders in Bollywood. His legacy continues through the questions he made us ask and the changes his loss inspired. Number 3 celebrates Smita Patil, the powerhouse performer who became the face of India's parallel cinema movement, bringing unprecedented realism and social consciousness to Indian films. Born on October 17, 1955, Smita appeared in over 80 films in a career spanning just over a decade. She was the recipient of 2 National Film Awards, a Filmfare Award, and received the Padma Shri in 1985. What made Smita extraordinary was her unconventional portrayal of strong, independent women. She became one of the leading actresses of parallel cinema's new wave movement, while also succeeding in mainstream commercial films. Smita worked with legendary directors like Shyam Benegal, Govind Nihalani, and commercial filmmakers like Ramesh Sippy and Prakash Mehra, proving her incredible range and adaptability. On November 28, 1986, Smita gave birth to son Pratik Babbar. Tragically, she died from childbirth complications just 15 days later on December 13, 1986, at age 31. Her mother revealed that despite a high fever, Smita insisted on nursing her newborn. Smita Patil's legacy lives through her son Pratik, who recently dropped the Babbar surname to honor his mother's memory, and through every actress who dares to choose substance over glamour. At number 2, we remember Jiah Khan, the young actress whose international upbringing and fearless choices promised to revolutionize Bollywood, but whose promising journey ended tragically at just 25. Born in New York and raised between America and London, Jiah brought a unique global perspective to Indian cinema. She made her Bollywood debut in 2007 with controversial Nishabd opposite Amitabh Bachchan. What set Jiah apart was her willingness to take risks in an industry that often preferred safe choices. Her debut role was controversial, but it showcased an actress unafraid to challenge conventions and push boundaries. Her work in Gajani demonstrated her ability to hold her own alongside major stars, showing both vulnerability and strength. Each of her 3 films revealed different facets of her talent. On June 3, 2013, Jiah's life ended tragically at her Mumbai residence. She was found by family members, leaving behind a note that sparked extensive investigation and legal proceedings. Though her filmography was brief, Jiah Khan represented the courage to be different. Her legacy reminds us that some flames burn bright precisely because they dare to challenge the status quo. At number 1, we honor Divya Bharti, the teenager who lit up Bollywood like a shooting star, burning bright and beautiful for just 2 short years, but leaving an impact that still resonates 3 decades later. Divya made her Bollywood debut in 1992 with Vishwatma, and in the same year, Shola Aur Shabnam became a massive hit, catapulting her career to incredible heights at just 18 years old. What made Divya special was her infectious energy and natural screen presence. She had the rare quality of making audiences instantly fall in love with her characters, bringing youth and vitality to every role. Her pairing with Shah Rukh Khan in Deewana showed incredible chemistry, and she was being hailed as the next big thing in Bollywood. Directors were lining up to work with this talented teenager. On April 5, 1993, tragedy struck when Divya fell from her balcony of her 5th-floor apartment in Mumbai at age 19. The official cause was serious head injury and internal bleeding. Her death remains one of Bollywood's most shocking losses. Divya Bharti's story reminds us how fragile life is and how quickly dreams can end. In just 2 years, she proved that talent doesn't wait for age. Sometimes the youngest flames burn the brightest. These 10 extraordinary souls remind us that age is just a number when it comes to leaving a lasting legacy. From Sanjeev Kumar at 47 to Divya Bharti at just 19, each one packed more talent, passion and artistic achievement into their shortened lives that many achieve in decades. Which of these celebrated performers touched your heart the most? Whose work continues to inspire you? Share your memories and favorites in the comments. Let's keep their legacies alive through our love and remembrance. If this tribute moved you, please subscribe to CelebrAsian for more respectful celebrations of cinema's greatest talents. Until next time, remember, legends never truly die. They live on in the magic they created. This is CelebrAsian, where we honor the past, celebrate the present, and keep the magic of cinema alive for future generations.